Good afternoon. Skip Jeffries here. About to go up the side of the house. Operation Rescue Christmas wreath here. Got 4 days until Christmas, so I gotta get this wreath hung. So hopefully I can come up with a plan. I guess the plan for today is to actually drill a hole. I want to verify my measurements so I can get that 3D print up tonight. But anyways, we got the old telescoping ladder here. We're gonna give her a go. And this thing has been a beast. Pretty easy to install and put up and down, and I can't complain. So like I said, the only thing I don't like is that dang strap thing. But hopefully this will get us what we need to get done here. I'm gonna head up and take measurements. I've got my side pouch on here today, so I don't know if you guys can see that bad boy, but hopefully that'll help with the tool management once you get up there. Like I said, this thing's kind of rickety going up. Whew. So that's the object of our obsession here. Well, it looks like I lost my gauge. Like I said, taking the measurements with these things have been pretty easy. I think we're pretty okay with what we need to do here. And I think it just sucked up a little bit. So we've got an edge here that we probably need to take a measurement on. The other thing I forgot to measure the last time I was out here was the depth of this terracotta pot. So I think that's pretty important. And we'll go ahead and get that real quick here. So sitting at probably roughly, looks like about 4 1/4. So I'm thinking, how much do we have on the other side there? Do we have a T-Gage go down there? So I took a wild guess last time, about a 1/2 inch. It's close to an inch. We got 4 1/4. And you want it to stick out some so the wreath can hang on it. Well, that hole looks a little small. We'll see if we can get our drill bit in there and maybe drill it out. Now I'm hoping we can hit some kind of solid wood, hopefully behind that one. I'm guessing at the peak we should be able to. But let's go ahead. I think that drill bit I got is going to be probably excessive, but we will see. What do we got from stepping down here? One, I think we can see pretty good here. And we should be able to drill pretty good. I want to get that tie rod too. But I think we're sitting pretty good as far as our measurements wise. I can't believe I dropped that. Whoa. A little bit of spring back on that thing. Anyways, let me grab my T-Gage here. We'll head in the house or the garage real quick and grab the drill and that chunk of rod I've got. Oof. Oof. That fit through? Oh yeah. All right, we'll see if we can get this hole started. I don't know if we're hitting wood. So we've gone in roughly about an inch. Probably need to go a little bit more. All right, probably shouldn't have thrown that rod down. We'll try. Okay, that should be enough to stick that rod. That gives me a little over an inch. And that thing had some spring back when I got off this bad boy. That I don't like. All right, so the plan is I picked up one of these, I'm trying to think of what they call it here, threaded rod, 3/8 inch. So basically we're gonna feed that through the hole. I'm gonna probably add some kind of a glue with sealant, maybe possibly both on it, but we'll see. I wanna make sure this fits and make sure it's kind of steady. I think it'll hold her wreath. Her wreath's about 35 pounds. Like I said, I'm gonna 3D print just a thing that kind of sits inside the terracotta pot itself to add a little bit of stability. And while I'm down here, I think I put that back in there, but yeah, we'll go back up here, do a quick check. Oh, and let me know how much flexibility we got on this thing. It's quite a bit, kind of a scary experience going up this dang thing. I'm not digging it. All right. Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll go with that. Oof. I don't like that spring back on that thing. All right, I think we've got what we need out here. We'll do some configuring with our measurements here, and then we'll have to see if we've got any glue. But anywho, yeah, that was probably 15 bucks for a drill bit, folks. Crazy. T-Gage is, I don't know if I want to go back up down. I think we'll try an initial print, but I want to get that rod cut. Should be one more. Yeah, I want to get that rod cut and glued into place, so that is done, and we're not waiting on that. I think I did, because this is a 6-inch. I think we're gonna go 8 inches, and I do have a metal saw. I was gonna check to see if we had some nuts. That one will work. Hopefully I didn't wipe my mark off. Nope, still there. All right, this is a metal blade I've got on this saw here. All right, let's see if we can get this thing cut. Let's bring that blade guard down a little bit. Alrighty, we're gonna add a little bit of lube to this bad boy since it is metal. And just regular WD-40. I have some oil somewhere, but I just don't feel like looking for it. Hopefully just get this thing cut. Well, that thing just ain't cutting worth the damn. I'm trying to think of what else I've got. I've got that vibrating saw, but I don't know if I want to use that bad boy. It's supposed to be metal and wood. Let's see what other saw I've got. Kind of crazy, you know. See if we've got the metal one here. It says wood and metal. We'll give this one a go. And hopefully this thing isn't a beast going in. Add some more looby dooby to it. Not the prettiest of cuts, but I don't think it needs to be pretty. It just needs to go inside a hole. Now we got to figure out what we want to do for glue. That bad boy should be 8 inches. Yeah, okay. So let's put our nut end on there so we don't stick the wrong thing through the hole here. Probably should deburr that maybe a little bit. I think we're all right. It's just going inside a hole. Let's see what we got for glue. Got a little bit of JB Weld that we could probably mix up. And it's all going to have to go on yeah. I'll have to go onto this end here, probably closer to the end, so when you push it in, it would actually just kind of suck in all around the hole. And then I'm trying to think what else we can do. We could probably, we'll just coat it heavy, and hopefully it'll fill the entire hole that that's going into. So we'll put a little on the end and then around that edge there, and we'll go pretty hefty on it. Let's see if we can get a chunk of cardboard here. And we probably could use the end of the, hopefully this glue is still somewhat good. Guessing, taking a wild guess here. Yeah, it looks like it's coming out. Giving her all she's got, Scotty. That stuff's sticky as hell. Alright, let's get this one on here. And you want to do 50-50 of this stuff. Probably shouldn't be using my teeth. Just got a clean bill of health from the dentist a couple weeks ago. So we don't need any more dental bills. 127 bucks to fill some cavities. And that's with insurance. Couldn't imagine doing it without insurance. And there's people that still do that, and it's kind of crazy. All right, that should get us what we need. Let's see if we can mix that stuff together. And we're just using the bolt itself. That stuff smells like, whew. And I guess try not to make too much of a mess while we're doing it. Oh, I like to try to coat it somewhat pretty heavy. All right. Let's see if we can at least get this thing in the hole and up where we need it. So I can get off this damn ladder. Hopefully this doesn't dry too quick. That first step's a doozy. Try not to get glue all over this hole. Oh. And hopefully that looks like it's sitting a little lopsided, but that should give us a pretty good anchor to. We'll see if we can spackle that bad boy up. It looks like there's enough. Oh, JB Weld on there. So that should seal it up. Hopefully that doesn't. You may want to put something up there. I'll see if I've got a piece of foam. God, I don't like that. The flex on this thing is horrible. All right, let me get a piece of foam and we can kind of brace that up. Let that glue set overnight into the old foam box here. See what we got. It should work. Don't need much. Just need something to prop it up. And I don't know if you can notice it from here, but yeah, I think that'll work. So we can go on to the 3D print part of this build. Bless it all. Oof. Okay, that should hold it up. Let that glue set. And we'll check on it tomorrow. Another reason to go up and down this ladder again. Yeah, at least they were about 50% of the way done. All right. Let's see how easy this ladder is to take down. Ooh, yeah, you want to make sure your fingers are not in that. As I say, this thing has, well, been a pretty good trooper. As far as ease to get up and out, I mean, you're using gravity. When I tested it, you gotta watch that last one. When I tested it in the garage, I just didn't have enough height, but this thing has been a beast. I mean, MVP. I love this thing. So let the glue dry and we'll check on it tomorrow. And hopefully it'll be good. But anyways, this will conclude the outside portion of this job. And we'll, I guess the rest of it, it'll be finished with the 3D print portion of it. And hopefully we can get it on the first go. Normally my record for 3D prints, probably it'll take 2 prints, at least the first print, and then do some more measurements, because normally something gets funky or something was wrong with your measurements, you were off here or there, or your tolerance, you didn't give it enough tolerance. But yeah, we'll see from there. But anyways, guys, hopefully we'll get this done before Christmas. That's a goal. But anyways, thanks for watching.